Honestly, this iPad Pro from 2017 is probably the best iPad for most consumers. And in today's video, I'm actually going to show you exactly why I absolutely love this iPad. Now, when the iPad Pro 2017 first came out, it was absolutely revolutionary. This device came out with ProMotion for the very first time. And what ProMotion means is that it has 120 Hz refresh rate. And even though this thing is nearly 7 years old, the ProMotion on this device, it's so snappy and I absolutely love it. And the thing is, iPads have a limited function and capability of what you can actually do. An iPad will most often never take over for your laptop or your MacBook, even though the newest iPads are very, very high tech, and in theory, you could replace your laptop or your MacBook with an iPad. The functions of an iPad most often for most people are going to be limited to watching movies, browsing Safari, playing music, and maybe sometimes even playing some few games. And to do that, you don't really need the most expensive iPads out there. And the reason why I enjoy this iPad specifically is due to its ProMotion. Getting ProMotion on the iPads today, you have to pay extreme prices for the newest iPads. I'm talking about prices around the 1,000 or 1,006 or 1,007 USD to get a ProMotion device on your iPad. The regular iPads, so not the Pro lineups, don't have the ProMotion. So to be enabled to get the ProMotion on your screen, you would have to tend to buy an older iPad. And for me, for the most budget-friendly option out there, the 2017 10.5-inch iPad is just amazing. I absolutely love this screen. Honestly, I can't tell you enough how much I love this screen. This screen at the time when it first came out was absolutely revolutionary. And even today, after 7 years of this thing being used, the screen just feels so smooth. I don't know how well it gets captured on camera, but if I do this and just scroll around, just scrolling on this screen is so satisfying. Browsing, playing games that requires higher refresh rates, this iPad does the job amazingly. Now, obviously, the screen does have its limitations. The options of 4K is not possible on this iPad. So most things you're gonna watch is gonna be in 1080p. But then the issue becomes like, do you actually see the difference between a 4K footage and a 1080p footage on such a small device? Maybe, maybe not. Now, if I want to watch a real 4K video, I would probably tend to either watch it on my computer, if possible, or on my TV for even better resolution. But for just quick watching a football match or watching some YouTube videos and browsing the web, the screen on this thing is just fantastic. The thing that also surprised me with this iPad is its performance. Now, when it comes to this specific iPad and what I am rocking, I have the iPad from 2017. It is running the A10X Fusion chip from Apple, and it has 512 gigabytes of saving space. And in my opinion, it's absolutely perfect. It has space for games, videos, pictures, and all you need to have on your iPad. For being 7 years old, this device is so easy to use. Working on multiple files, you're working on Safari, you're in CapCut editing a video, you're watching YouTube. Having these things on, you don't even notice it on this iPad. So comparing this to like the newer gen iPads, the question becomes, those small milliseconds that you use to go from one web browser to another web browser, would you really notice those milliseconds? I don't know, maybe, but as for me at least, I would find it really difficult to switch to something else just based on having a better performance. It would have to be something more. when we're talking about that more part, that something more part, I think where this iPad struggles is its design. The design of this iPad is, in better words, a lack of taste, you would say. It all really depends on what you like in your iPads. Most often, the new iPads today have this bezel-less design where you don't really have the fingerprint reader. And in my opinion, sometimes I actually miss the fingerprint reader because let's say you're in bed and it's dark and you want to use your iPad Face ID. Even though the Face ID technology has become much, much better, in some instances, it doesn't actually work to register your face. So just having a button to just easily just press and then you're in, it's just neat. Now, when it comes to just pure aesthetics, you can tell this thing looks super, super old. And I personally, at least, would prefer a more modern look. But all in all, I'd say that if you don't really care about how it looks, this is absolutely the way to go. Now, obviously, you can't buy this iPad new or even refurbished. What you have to do is buy a used. So I bought this iPad used approximately 3 years ago now. I got this with a case and I got it with the Apple Pen, which I also have. So the case is pretty easy just to snap on and then you have it right here. A simple, easy solution. And the perfect part is you can just wrap it here, put it here, and then you can have an easy tab just have around with you. So you have the case and you also have the Apple Pen. Now, before going forward, it has to be mentioned, this iPad supports the Apple Gen Pencils Gen 1. And if you know how the Gen 1 charges, then you know the issue I'm about to bring forth. It does look clunky, to be honest. The iPad doesn't have that magnetizing function that the new iPads have, and that function is a huge difference. Actually, it actually makes a difference, but just the way of charging it with the thing, I mean, it looks stupid, but accessory-wise, it's great. You can have screen protectors, you can have cases, you can have Apple Pencil and different other pens that functions well with it, and every accessories you can use today can be used with this one. The only thing is, as I said, when it comes to pure charging the Apple Pencil, it's a bit clunky here and there. Being that this thing is 7 to 8 years old, the battery life is not the best. I mean, obviously, compared to newer iPads, this thing won't last you the whole day with heavy usage. But what it does do is that it can actually last you quite a bit just regular using. So if I were to use this as a regular user for note-taking, watching YouTube, it could probably last me like 4 to 3 hours, just constant usage. And to me, that's actually perfect for most people. Most often, you aren't really using your iPad for 8 hours straight. So I can just use it like for 3 or 4 hours with whatever I'm doing, watching videos, playing games, and then put it on charge. If you are a power user and you need those battery life all the time, this isn't really the way to go. But for me, for what I do on an iPad, it's absolutely perfect. So all in all, the 2017 iPad Pro 10.5 inch is a testament of Apple's capability of creating devices that can actually last for a very, very long time. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles that the newer models have, such as the Apple Pencil being able to stick, the liquid retina display, watching 4K videos, but honestly, for most consumers, and especially for kids, this thing is fantastic and it does its job and what an iPad is supposed to do, which is being an iPad and not trying to be a MacBook or a laptop. So with that being said, what do you guys think about the 2017 iPad 10.5 inch, the iPad Pro from Apple? Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think and what Apple products are you guys rocking. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to hit that sub button. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.